I'm Tori, and today I'm going to be discussing the book Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered by Karen Kilgariff and Georgia Hardstark. This book was published in 2019, and I listened to the audiobook narrated by the authors. I picked this book up because I love the title, and I was just kind of assuming it would be kind of self-defense, survival skills, tips and tricks, that kind of thing. And it was a little bit, but it turns out that these two women are actually famous. They host a true crime podcast that apparently is very popular. And I would not have picked this book up if I had known that, because I am terrified of most things and do not like true crime, but I actually really enjoyed this book, and I'm glad I listened to it. The audiobook was really well done. The two women split the writing of the story pretty much in half, and they also split the narration in half, so it's fun to hear their different voices, and then at the end of each chapter they interview each other, and I don't know if that was written. It sounds more like it was just a spoken interview. And then there will be a few chapters throughout the book that they actually recorded as they read them in front of a live audience. So it's really nice to get that performative kind of feeling and get the energy of the audience as you listen to the story. And it was just a lot of fun to hear Karen and Georgia talk. They talked about their childhoods and their lives and why they love true crime and how they formed the podcast, and it was all just really interesting to hear. I also really appreciated the way they talked about their mental health. They were very open about things like eating disorders and drug addictions. And they talked about how helpful therapy was to them and how much they recommended it for everybody. And I just thought it was so refreshing to have people talk about these things that our society tends to treat as kind of taboo in such an open, honest, and healthy way. I'm really glad I read this book. It was smart and funny, and there were just enough little anecdotes of true crime stories in it to be interesting, but to let me know that I should never ever listen to this podcast because it would terrify me. But overall, I enjoyed the book and I would definitely recommend it.